right? Okay, now let's go into the problem. Moment of inertia for a channel section or C section. So this is the today's problem, problem number 6. So in this problem, I read the question: determine the moment of inertia of the channel section as shown in figure with respect for the centroidal axis. Okay, so here this is the C section or channel section. Okay, so this channel section having 3 components: top flange, bottom flange, and web portion. Okay, the dimensions are given here. So the height of the depth of the channel is, overall height of the channel is 180 mm. The flange width, equal flange width at top and bottom, this is 90 mm and this is 90 mm, and all overall thickness, that is flange and web thickness, are uniform, 18 mm, 18 mm, 18 mm. Okay, so now I am going to draw the centroidal axis. XX and YY. Okay, XX and YY, right? So this section symmetrical about XX plane. Okay, so we can cut this section, it having 2 equal angle sections. Below the X section there is one angle, above the X section there is an equal one angle. So this section is symmetrical about XX plane and unsymmetrical about YY plane. If you cut in Y direction, there is a section here, the equal amount here not is available. Okay, if it is a closed section means, if it is a closed section means it is a open box section, so it becomes unsymmetrical section in both the axes. But here the case is different. Okay, so the equivalent web portion not available in this side, so it is a unsymmetrical about YY plane, it is symmetrical about XX plane. So you can calculate the x bar value directly, that is the 180 by 2, that is the x bar for this problem. Okay, as usual, first we can calculate the x bar. You no need to calculate A1 x1 plus A2 x2 plus A3 x3, that is not required because it is symmetrical about XX. This is symmetrical about XX plane, so you need not calculate the y bar value, you need to calculate the x bar value. Okay, so x bar value, y bar value you can directly write y bar, which is equal to 180 divided by 2, which is equal to 90 mm. Otherwise we can, for if it is an unsymmetrical section means, we can calculate by using the formula A1 y1 plus A2 y2 plus A3 y3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. If you apply this formula here means that the same value will come. Okay, so now I am going to divide this section into like this. So this is my section 1, this is my section 2, and this is my section 3. So section 1 and 3 are similar properties because the top and bottom flanges length and thickness are same. Okay, only the difference is the height is different. Okay, so I am going to calculate the x bar value. You know the formula already, I am directly substitute the values here. So x bar means A1 x1 plus A2 x2 plus A3 x3, right? So A1, you know the A1 first area section, this is 90 mm, this is 18 mm. So 90 by 18, you can put 2 also because both the sections are height or dimensions are same. I am elaborately written here, 90 by 18 mm into, what is the centroid I am considering, this is my extreme, I am taking from the extreme left. Okay, so 90 by 18 from extreme left, what is the centroid of the first section? That is 90 by 2. So total 90 is the rectangle. So total 90, half of the 90, the centroid of the first section, plus what is the depth of the second section? So you need to 180 minus 36. So 180 minus 18 minus 18. Okay, 144 mm. That is, the total height is 180. My second section is this my second section. Okay, in such a way I split the sections. Okay, so 180 you need to minus 18 and minus 18. So 180 minus 18 minus 18, you will get 144 into 18 thickness. The thickness is 18 mm into what is the centroid from here to here. Okay, so now please don't take 180 by 2. That is wrong actually. So because there is a one section is here. For that you need to add 18 plus. So you know the depth of this section. So this is 144, right? Just now we calculated 144. So how will you calculate this centroid of this section? Sorry, from here, from left. Okay, from left, what is the centroid of this? Okay, so from here to here, so this is totally 90 mm. Okay, so you need, this is actually x2. So 90 minus 18 minus 9 mm. Okay, so this is the centroid from here to here. Okay, so either you can put 90 minus 9 mm, otherwise, so 90 minus 18, so 72 plus 9 mm, both are same. 90 minus 9 mm or 72 minus, from here to here 72 plus 9 mm, both are same. Okay, so 90 minus 9, so the total thickness of the second section is 80 mm. 90 minus 9, 81. So 81, right? Plus the third section is similar this. So 90 by 18 into 90 by 2 divided by 2 into 90 by 18 plus 144 by 18. Sorry, not 81, 18. Sorry, okay, this is 81 because it is centroid. This is 81. Sorry. Okay, right. So now I am going to calculate this x bar value. Okay, right. So I have calculated the x bar value. It comes around 61 mm. So x bar equal to 61 mm and y bar equal to 90 mm. That is 180 by 2, 90 mm. Okay. Next, I am going to calculate the moment of inertia of this section. Okay. So moment of inertia. So moment of inertia about x axis, that is Ixx. So here for this kind of section, I am going to use some different way. Okay, that is simplest way. Okay, basically what we will do, Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ixx3. So Ixx1 is the B1 D1 cube divided by 12 plus A1 into H1 bar square, B2 D2 cube divided by 12 plus A2 into H2 bar square plus B3, here 3 sections are there, B3 D3 cube divided by 12 into A3 H3 bar square. So in the last, till the last presentation we did like that. Okay, so here I am going to do some in a different way. Okay, so how I can do a different way means, I am considering this 180 by 90 as a big rectangle. Okay, and this, so from here to here 81, okay, sorry, not 81, 72. Okay, I am considering 180 mm by 90 mm as a big rectangle. Okay, and 72 by 144 as another small rectangle. Okay, so I have two rectangles. Okay, I am going to subtract this small rectangle, that is 72 mm by 144 mm from the big rectangle. 180 by 90 mm. Okay, so I am going to take the moment of inertia of the big rectangle minus moment of inertia of the small rectangle. So then you will get the total moment of inertia of the channel section. Okay, so that is I am going to do now, right? So this is the simplest way. Instead of I am putting IXS1, IXS2, IXS3, that is a lengthy process. So I can do it in a short way. Okay, right. So for that, whenever we using the calculating the moment of inertia about x axis or y axis, we are basically applying the theorem of parallel axis. Okay, so theorem of parallel axis means Ixx plus a into h bar square. Okay, so here what is the h bar? H bar means if you are calculating xx means y bar minus y1. Okay, so now you know the y bar value. Okay, suppose I am taking the big rectangle, the y bar value is located here, that is the y bar value for the channel section is located here, and the big rectangular y value also located the same spot, because rectangular means both the centroid is located at the exact half of the height. Okay, so both the centroid is located in the same line. Okay, similarly for I am taking the small rectangle. Okay, so to small rectangle means the whole channel section centroid is located here, that is 180 by 2. The small section centroid is located in the same line. Okay, so these three are coincide in the same line. So what is the h bar value? Actually it is 0. What is h bar? Actually formula h1 bar. So suppose I am taking h1 bar, which is equal to y bar minus y1, h2 bar which is equal to y bar minus y2. Okay, suppose I am taking big what is the y bar for channel section is 90 mm minus y1 is the centroid of the this big rectangle. Centroid of this big rectangle. I am considering this as a big rectangle. Okay, so what is the y1 from the base? The same 180 by 2, 90 mm. So 90 minus 90, 0. Okay, this is 0. Similarly, y bar, h2 bar equal to y bar is the 90 minus y2 is the centroid of the small rectangle, that is 72 by 144 mm. Okay, it is located here. Okay, that is 144 divided by 2. Okay, 72 mm from the base. So sorry, from the this point. Okay, you need to take the centroid from here. You need to add plus 18 mm. You need to add plus 18 mm. This is also 90 mm. So 90. Am I clear? So 90 minus 90. This is also 0. So here h1 bar, h2 bar is 0 actually. Okay. So now I am considering these two sections, not three sections. Big rectangle is the first section and small rectangle is the second section. That is IXX1 plus minus IXX2. Right? Why minus means this is small rectangle. You need to subtract the inner box from the outer box. That is you need to subtract the inner box from the outer box. You will get the channel. Right? Clear? Right. So what is the IXX1? That is B1 D1 cube divided by 12 plus A1 into H1 bar square plus B2 D2 cube, minus B2 D2 cube divided by 12 plus A2 into H2 bar square. Okay, you know the B1 90 mm. Okay, so B1 is 90 mm, D1 is 180 mm. Okay, H1 bar we already calculated 0 actually. This is H1 bar is 0. Okay, minus B2 is this value, that is 90 minus 18, so 72 mm. B2 is 72, D2 is 144. Okay, here we calculated D2, that is 180 minus 18 minus 18. You will get 144 mm D2, right? H2 bar 0 already. H2 bar 0. Okay. So V1 is 90 by 180 cube divided by 12 plus, so this is 0 actually, because 0 into anything 0, okay, minus 72 by 144 cube divided by 12 plus 0, because H2 bar 0 means 0 into anything 0, 0 into area to 0, so 0. So you need to calculate this two value, you will get the IXX, the simplest way, right? So I got the moment of inertia about the x axis 25.82 into 10 power 6. Okay, so 25.82 into 10 power 6 mm power 4. Okay, next I am going to calculate the moment of inertia about y axis, IYY. So here the same formula I am going to use, the same principle I am going to use. So I am not considering section 1, section 2, section 3. I am going to considering only two. One is the big rectangle, that is outer box minus inner box. Okay. So here what is the H1 bar, H2 bar? Okay. Here what is the H1 bar and H2 bar? Okay. So before going to H1 bar, H2 bar, what is the x1? What is the x bar value? X bar value we have calculated 61 mm. Okay. So x bar is 61 mm, and what is the centroid of the outer box? Okay, the outer box width is 90 mm. Okay, so half of the outer box is 45 mm. What is the H1 now? So you know H1 bar, which is equal to x bar minus x1. So we have already calculated x bar value 61 mm minus what is the x1? So x1 is the centroid of the outer box. So outer box dimension is 90 mm by 180 mm. So I am going to calculate the x value. Okay, that is x1. x1 is 90 minus 90 by 2. Okay, because I am considering this as a rectangular box. So rectangular box means the half of the width is the x1. Okay, so 90 by 2, 45 mm. So 61 minus 45. Okay, 61 minus 45. Right. Similarly, H2 bar. Okay. So how will you calculate the H2 bar? X bar minus x2. Okay. So x bar, you know, 61 minus x2. So x2 means the centroid of the small box, that is inner box, this one. Okay. So this one, what is the dimension of this one? 72 mm this, 144 mm this. Okay, I need x2 value. So from the left, extreme left, what is the x2 value? Okay, if it is a rectangle means half of the width or half of the length. Okay, so 72 divided by 2, that is the x2. So 72 divided by 2. 36 mm is the x2. 36. So 36 mm is the x2 value, right? So now I am going to write the IYY1 plus IYY2, right? So IYY1 D1 B1 cube dB cube by 12, D1 B1 cube divided by 12 plus A1 into H1 bar square plus D2 B2 cube divided by 12 plus here minus, again and again I made mistake, here minus. So while you solving during in examination, please put the signature here. In regular practice we put plus, but here we are doing the different way, so you need to put minus here. Okay, You are subtracting the small rectangle from big rectangle. So you need to provide minus here. Okay. D2 B2 cube divided by 12 plus A2 into H2 bar square. Okay. So you know that D1, again I repeat the thing. You know that D1, the outer box dimension, D1 is 180 mm, B1 is 90 mm, and the inner box is D1 is 144 mm and B1 is 72 mm. Okay, right. That value I am going to substitute here. So 180 by 90 cube divided by 12 plus 180 by 90 into this H1 bar value is here 61 minus 45. 61 minus 45 the whole square, H1 bar square formula. Okay, minus D2 144 into 72 cube divided by 12 plus 144 into 72 into this value H2 bar 61 minus 36 the whole square. So the outer this portion, that is outer box value is 15.082 into 10 power 6. 15.082 into 10 power 6 minus the inner portion box value. So this value comes around 10.958, that is 10.95 into 10 power 6. So finally the IYY value, which is equal to 15.082 e power 6 minus 10.95 e power 6. So this value is 4.123 into 10 power 6. 4.123 into 10 power 6. Okay, this is moment of inertia above y axis. So the C section, okay, or channel section means you can use this kind of way. Instead of going to Ixx1 plus Ixx2 plus Ix3, every separate section you can calculate the moment of inertia. After that you can add all the three, means you can take a big rectangle, you can moment of inertia of the outer box, subtract the moment from the outer box, you can subtract this inner box, you will get the channel section. A similar procedure we are going to adopt in the I section also, that is symmetrical I section, not unsymmetrical I section. Okay, symmetrical I section, that is symmetrical I section means symmetrical about both the axes, that is important in XX as well as YY axis, that is the top flange width as well as the bottom flange width should be same. That kind of section we can use the same procedure. Okay, you can use the outer dimension as a big rectangle and the two inner dimensions. In I section means there is two small boxes are available. Okay, so in that boxes you can consider as a two small boxes. You can subtract these two small rectangles from the big rectangle. Okay, so in the next video presentation we are going to discuss the moment of inertia of a I section. Okay, so thank you all, thanks for your attention.